Hi, Dawn Lewis here for Kindred Stamps, and today I'm going to show you how to take some non-Christmassy stamps and make them Christmassy with this paper piecing project. Yes, I'm going to show you how to create this cute little Santa hat so that it faces in one way, but for this puppy dog, I want to flip it, and I'm going to show you how to make it in the opposite direction. So here I have some red pattern paper, just plain paper. You could use cardstock and white cardstock. My template, one drawn up, one cut out. Yes, there will be a downloadable for you. A marker, scissors, adhesive, 3mm double-sided tape, and that's all we need. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. Now, when I paper piece, a way I've always done it is just to hold my template on top of the paper and cut out around it, but you could place it on top and draw around it, which serves two purposes. So I do recommend it. And because I want to put this one in reverse, I've flipped my template over and I wanted to see if this would work, and it really did. So I'm just going to fussy cut with a small dainty pair of scissors all the way around, and I'm being sure to hold that really tight. And there, bam, already we've got the hat. So from the white cardstock, I'm going to cut out the fur trim for the hat. And I'm sorry I keep going off camera here. I was so involved in what I was doing, I didn't look to see if it was on the screen. But you can see I'm just cutting around the template there, and we've got our fur trim. Last but not least, I'm going to cut the pom-pom. Now, you could cut this from white cardstock like I did. It's just a really rough circle. It's nothing perfection. You could punch maybe a 1/4 inch circle, or you could use a little pom-pom. I'm using a 0.1 Copic multi-liner. You could use a 0.3 as well, I think would be a great thickness. And I'm going to trace all the way around. Now, I'm doing this quickly, but if I had just traced around my templates, the black line would already be there. Be sure to add that little extra line in to show dimension in the hat. I'm also going to go around that cuff, and the more sketchy the line, the more it looks a little bit like fur, like it's a bit fuzzy, right? So I'm also putting some extra lines in there to show folds in the fabric. Last but not least, we're going to go around that little pom-pom, but if you're using an actual mini white pom-pom, you don't need to do that. I'm going to take a little 3mm double-sided tape and just pop it so that it's sticking out underneath the hat so I can stick that down. Now, you can pop the pieces on top of the drawing to make sure everything's lined up, but essentially you just want to make sure that all of the edges are underneath. I'm also going to put a little double-sided tape under the point of the hat, pop on my little pom-pom piece and trim away any visible adhesive. I did decide to shore it up with just a little bit more adhesive, and this is so simple. Look, we've got our Santa hat. So I've got the puppy is looking to the left and his pom-pom is facing left. The fox is looking to the right, his pom-pom is facing right. But then I thought, let's turn him into a card. So this is a mini card. You can make this mini base from a 1/4 of a sheet of A4 cardstock. I've applied double-sided tape across the front and laid it onto the back of a scrap of leftover pattern paper that is in Christmassy colors because, hey, we're making Christmas cards. I've taken a die cut that was lying around on my desk, kind of a big snowflake. You could use anything you like. This just happened to be on my desk. It's just cut from white cardstock, and I've used liquid Tombow mono to go all over the back of it, and I'm holding it down with my palm, but you could lay something heavy on top of it as well, trimming away the excess, and then I'll use the same liquid glue to add the fox to the card. I did think about putting him on the snowflake, but I wanted to see more snowflake. So the sentiment, very simple. It says, have a magical Christmas, and I've taken this sentiment from the National Gingerbread Day stamp set, and I'm going to show you that shortly. I'm trimming it down with my guillotine just so it's got an even amount of white around the edge, a little double-sided tape on the back, and I'm going to stick that onto a scrap of black cardstock. I keep all my black cardstock offcuts, and I keep them on my desk because I reach for layering up sentiments very often. I'm adding foam tape to the back of the sentiment and up the top of the card. You could add embellishments, but for now this is finished, and we're going to move on to a gift tag. So this is a 6cm square of cardstock. The reason it is 6 cm is because that fits on this scrap of black cardstock. So I just kind of cut it the same width as the black, and then I trimmed it down a little bit so that when I stick it onto the background, there'll be a slight border around it. I was about to stick it down and went, hang on, I want to use this pattern paper. So I've trimmed a sliver off it, just a little piece. It's probably about 1 centimeter. I didn't measure it, I just cut a piece. I've put some Tombow mono on and stuck that just so that it's kind of going to create a little bit of a border across the bottom. It grounds our puppy on the tag. I'm just going to trim away the excess pattern paper, and you can seriously stash dive for this. Use all those fun leftover pieces, and then I'm going to stick it down, making sure there's an even distance away from the left, right and top, and then I will trim it down with my guillotine, and I've got a tag. Now, this is great. This is how you can use up your leftovers. You could also do this for a bookmark if you used a longer piece of cardstock. So for the puppy, I'm going to make him pop up a bit, and I'm adding some foam tape. I'm going to pop him down just over to the right so he's looking to the left, and I thought I want to maximize my space so I can write on this tag. So I've got him just so his little tail is wagging off the edge of the tag, and there's room there over on the left to put my to and from. So here we go. This is my quick project. I will put a link below to where you can download the template for this card and this tag. Before I do that, I want to show you how this hat fits on the National Gingerbread Day characters. It will fit on other Kindred Stamp characters as well as this gorgeous manta ray from Sea Friends. The cute characters from You're a Scream, it fits on all of those. Even this little one, it covers her whole hat, as well as the card that I made last week with all the feels. So here is the Santa hat, and you could use this on any of these gorgeous Kindred characters to stretch out your stamp supplies and really use them all year round. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this project and will give it a go. I also hope that you have a very crafty day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.